What is up, everybody? It is Brendan Kutschbach, and it has been 3 weeks since I've seen you all last, and I am so sorry for that. A lot has changed in the past 3 weeks. It is ridiculous. First off, we moved. I'm actually talking to you in my brand new office at our new house. Second, I now changed jobs. I no longer work at a nursing home that's a 45-minute drive away. I work at a nursing home that is just about a 5-minute bike ride down the road, so I'm pretty excited about that. And then third, did I mention that we moved? I mean, you do not recognize the pure amount of that you have until that you have to put it all in boxes. It has been 2 weeks since we moved, and we are still getting settled and we are still unpacking. It's insane. But anyways, guys, today I wanted to talk to you about uncertainty and how crucially important it is to living a fulfilling life. Now, I wholeheartedly believe that most depression stems from not uncertainty, but certainty. You see, as human beings, we naturally crave certainty. We like to be certain of a steady and predictable income. We like to be certain that our money, that our paychecks are going to be deposited in our bank accounts every 2 weeks. We like to be certain that we're going to have a higher paying job, so we go to college to pursue a degree, a piece of paper. We like to be certain that we are in good health, so we go to the doctor and get routine medical exams. We like to be certain that we need medical care, that we can get it covered, and that's why we pay for health insurance. Now, there's nothing wrong with having certainty in life, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a paycheck or steady predictable income or paying for health insurance. But it's the fear of uncertainty that keeps people trapped. People like to cling on to certainty for dear life. But the thing is uncertainty is where the magic of life actually happens. And to prove my point, think of it like this. When you like that girl, you are uncertain if you ask her out whether or not she will say yes. And when you're on your first date, if she does say yes, you are uncertain whether or not she will accept your kiss when you lean in for it. If you go to propose, if the relationship develops, you are uncertain whether or not she will say yes. When you decide to go travel, you are uncertain whether or not what your experience is going to be and if you're gonna like it, but yet you still do it and you remember it. When you are filling out your college applications, you are uncertain whether or not you're going to be accepted into your top university, but you still do it. You see, it's the uncertainty in life that actually makes your life memorable. When you are 100 years old and on your deathbed, you are not going to cherish what was certain, such as your degree or your steady income. What you're going to cherish was the uncertainty, the times where you were most uncomfortable, such as your wedding day, the birth of your first children, traveling the world, or starting that business. So why is it that so many people avoid uncertainty? Why is it that we cling on to certainty like our life depends on it? It's because uncertainty comes with risk. It's the risk of being rejected by others, the financial risk, the risk of embarrassment, the risk of feeling less safe. When I dropped out of school to pursue entrepreneurship, not everybody was as joyous as me. But I took that risk of rejection as well as the financial risk of dropping out of school and starting business ventures because I knew my happiness depended on it. And I know decades from now, when I'm lying on my deathbed, I will not have ever regretted this decision in my entire life because my happiness depended on it. Now, what if you take a risk and it turns out poorly for you, where your desired outcome does not happen and your worst fear in regards to this risk actually does happen? And my answer to that question is good, because at the very least, you tried and you attempted, you took a risk. It is so much better to have tried and failed than to have never tried and never know, because that only leads to regret. Not taking risks will leave you wondering what could have been, and this wonder of what could have been will lead to regret. And you may not feel the effects of regret now, but you will definitely feel the effects of regret later on when you're elderly, because regret compounds. And trust me, when you are extremely old and unable to care for yourself and there's no going back and you can't reverse time, you will feel the full impact of regret, and it is not pretty. And that statement comes from me, a nurse, someone who works as a nurse, has worked as a nurse for the past 6 years in nursing homes, and I've worked only and specifically with the geriatric population. And I can tell you that depression is so common, and so much of it stems from regret, because these people are at the end of their life, and all that they can do is they can just review their life's choices. They need help with going to the restroom, they need help with eating, they need help with being dressed, they need help with everything. They rarely get to leave the nursing home facility, and you can see it in their face. There's multitudes of factors that lead to their depression, but I've also had many conversations with elderly patients of mine, and they have told me that they regret so many things, and they have given me personal advice saying go and be a risk taker, because the end of the road isn't pretty. And then the other thing is just to point out, and this might be a surprise to most of you, but for me being in the industry for so long, it isn't. Most of the people that I have cared for, I have seen antidepressants prescribed for them. I mean, their lives are so depressing, and they are prescribed medication to help out with this. And like I said, there's a multitude of factors that goes into it, but so much of it is regret, because they're at the end of their life, they feel like they've wasted it, they're left wondering about the risks that they didn't take, and at the end of the day, they just feel upset and regretful, and there's nothing that they can do about it. So when we are young, it's time to live life to the fullest, and it's time to take risks. As sad as this is, it's so important and vital for us to use this as a learning opportunity. Make sure that you have regret as your biggest fear and not uncertainty. Uncertainty is something that you need to embrace, because uncertainty is where the life and the magic happens. One of my biggest inspirations in the world, Gary Vee, he says this all the time. But the odds of you being born into this world as a human being is 1 in 400 trillion. You could have been a mushroom or a beetle, but no, you defied the odds and you were born into the world with a 1 in 400 trillion chance as a human being, and you have the compassion and the ability to love and express emotion. This is the biggest gift out of all the aspects of life that we have on Earth. We are the most intelligent life forms on the planet, and you defied the odds and you became a human being. And with this gift of human life, it's important to not only recognize the fact that you will die someday, but to actually embrace the fact that you will die someday, because this will allow you to approach uncertainty with a different perspective. It'll allow you to realize that uncertainty is not something to be feared, and that uncertainty is something that can be the birth of pleasurable and amazing experiences and relationships. Essentially, the point is you gotta get yourself to the point of being comfortable by being uncomfortable. And when dealing with life's important decisions, I actually personally like to imagine myself on my own deathbed, and I like to try and put myself in my dying self's frame of mind and make a decision that's going to leave my dying self most proud and with the least amount of regret. And whatever decision that is the one that I go with. And I highly recommend that you do the exact same thing. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please let me know what you thought of this video in the comment section below. I want to know if this had a positive impact on you, a negative impact on you, if this made you see things from a different light. Just let me know. I want to see what impact this video had on the world, and if it's the desired impact, because I'm hoping that this helps people see it from a clear frame of mind, and I'm hoping that it makes people realize that life is precious and to not waste a second, and to make sure that you live without any regret. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, a thumbs up. That greatly helps the YouTube algorithm expand this video to more people, and also make sure that you share it with a friend. And if you want to see more content like this, or as well as content about entrepreneurship, personal finance, travel, and my life in general, make sure that you hit that subscribe button and join our YouTube family. I greatly appreciate all of you guys for watching this video, and if you have any questions about this video whatsoever, feel free to leave that in the comment section below, or you can even DM me on Instagram, and there's a link to my Instagram in the description below. And also let me know if you have any questions about me personally, or if you have requests for other video topics. I make all my videos for my subscribers, and honestly I have one hell of a time doing this. This is truly a passion of mine. I'm hoping to grow this YouTube channel and also get better at, videography and filming and, cinematics and all that stuff like that. It's all a journey, it's all a process, but I really do appreciate all of you guys who watch and engage and comment and all that stuff, and I respond to every single one of my comments, and I think most of my DMs as well. I get quite a bit, so just let me know if you have any questions and I'll be happy to answer them. But anyways guys, till next week, peace.